You have kids when your body's good to have kids, and then your responsible parents who have money and they have fucking whatever, they take care of your kids. You go be 20.
The thing is
Like,
like,
tons of people have been raised that way. That's not a bad model.
hello, welcome to the bonus content with Tori War, and the episode was really fun. Right now, we're gonna talk about something that I saw on Reddit, and I was like, yeah, I don't understand this. It says, and it gives a couple of reasons that when we were kids, I believe you and me, you were kind of the same. I'm 33.
Oh, I'm 38.
We're
I'm
kind
a
of
little older.
well, but it's like kind of the same range.
Yeah.
But when we were kids, adults looks more adults like what they are now.
Yeah.
Because you're 38 and 33, I don't feel like an adult. Like it's
Yeah, I
something,
don't feel
if
that way.
something happens, and I was like, we need to go to, we need
Yeah.
to go to a bigger person to
Yeah.
solve this. I cannot solve this. Like what the fuck? Like, I'm not ready for this. And I'm 33, and I believe if I go back and I see my parents when they were like 33, they had their shit together,
Yeah.
and and people are being like, why is that? This is what they say, and we're
Okay.
gonna discuss it. What they say, one is the internet, that you have like a lot more to explore and to a niche of like things that you like. So like video games, pop stars or whatever. You get into a niche, and then like you see your us enjoying like stuff like in a bigger level, like what, like watching TV, like la, da, da, like probably
Mhm.
our parents is like, I'm not gonna spend my time watching this show because I don't like it, so they spend that time doing something else that
Mhm.
for us is like, he's doing the mortgage right now,
Yeah.
and it's like, yeah, because he didn't have to play Elder Ring,
Yeah.
and they say that there were more incentive to have kids
Mhm.
and more economic stability. So they have kids, and when you have kids, you have to put your time into your kids, and you have to figure your shit out because you have a person,
Yeah.
and that they were doing that like younger.
Yeah.
And there was another reason, but the other reason is like, yeah, political, because like we're like more free, blah blah blah,
Yeah.
more free, but also like we're more tied up economically. So it's like obviously we cannot like become an adult because we have so many shit to solve that is like I don't have the time to look like an adult
Yeah.
or feel like I don't have a house.
Yeah.
I rent a room. Like
Yeah.
how do you want me to be an adult?
Yeah.
So it's a combination of all of that, and I wonder if kids right now are seeing at us, and in 20 years they're gonna be like, I don't know how they do it. They could rent.
Yeah.
They could rent. They have the shit together. They once in a while go drink wine. Like they were adults. I was like,
Yeah.
no, we were not. We were just like figuring shit out in the meantime. So what do you think?
Okay, I think well, I think there's a few things. Well, so the people say like, "Oh, we don't have kids because we're uh broke," but the group that puts off having kids, uh broke a lot of broke people still get knocked up when they're 18.
Yeah.
Uh a lot of people the people most putting off having kids are uh like higher income. Um, because they want because the I'm trying to remember. I was like listening about because like more women are working and stuff. So just it pays to get your career going. Like there's
Yeah.
nobody
Also.
hanging out at the house watching anybody, so it pays more to do that later. Um, and then the other thing is that so the cost two th- for my two things happened. Cost of housing went way up, but the cost of travel went way down, and the cost of technology went way down. So it used to be like you had to like we didn't have like GPS. You had to like get a map, do all that stuff to like even
Yeah.
just
Figure it
travel.
out. Yeah.
Yeah, and then plane tickets used to be insanely expensive. So people would, but housing was cheap. So people would buy a house, have kids, save, and then travel once they retired and they had money to travel. Whereas now travels and that stuff is really cheap. So people travel when they're young. They can afford to travel when they're young, but having kids in a house is really expensive. So they wait
You
to do
said
that.
you said a lot about the TPS, and you open for me a new possibility. Is that I believe that before finding direction was like this is an adult thing. Like,
Yeah, yeah,
and I believe like technology has like bring this down to kids.
yeah,
So obviously, like when I was a kid, I was like, "Oh, we're going to your uncle's house." Dude, you figure it out.
yeah,
I wouldn't fucking know how to get to my uncle's
yeah,
house. But now, if with technology, if I was a kid, I was like, "Oh, uncle house. The uncle house is this address, and you can go. You
yeah.
don't need your dad anymore."
Yeah, there's just, but I think that just gives you a level of free of like, oh, I can just go anywhere and do anything, and I can get a flight for a few $100 and go where like,
Yeah,
so
before it
it's
was like, no, I need someone else to do this.
yeah, and if you wanted to go on a, you had to like save so much to like take a flight, so it's like I think there's just like a cost of like, well, why would I have kids when I can go do
Live.
life?
Yeah, we're
Like
working.
when kids have gotten more expensive and like exploring life has gotten cheaper, why
I,
would
I
you do that?
I think there's gonna be at some point a break
Mhm.
because they're like already kind of scared because like, oh, we don't have the new generation of replacement. I was like, I believe we need that.
Yeah.
We need to have like two smaller generations, so then having kids again is cool.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah,
But
because
for a
they're worried
moment, let's
about
yeah,
population.
let's reduce it a little bit, and
Yeah.
then we're like, okay, it's cool to have, it's affordable.
Yeah, yeah.
Because I believe most people wants to have a little yourself. It's super selfish, but it's like, yeah, that'll be fun and it's cute, and I can take care of it. But when taking care of it is like, oh, for to taking care of this creature. Actually, there's a woman and that was like complaining about it. That she
Mhm.
said that daycare was like 2,600 a month.
Mhm.
Uh,
Yeah,
it,
it's insane.
it was a really
Childcare is
this
insane.
was a really good help childcare, but still, it was like she said it was like 22. Let's say 2,200 a month. And she's like, I make like 4K. So basically, I'm working and not seeing my kid to pay someone else
Yeah.
to see my kid.
Yeah.
Like, basically, I'm just like, after taxes, I get this money. And she made the math. It's like, basically, I'm working just to pay someone else to take care of my kid instead of taking care of
Yeah.
my kid myself. But like, we push so much of like, go work, go work,
Yeah.
that like, it's difficult to like, to see people that want to stay at home with the kid, and even the ones that want it, it's difficult to do it because like, yeah, there's one house income like is
Yeah.
not
Yeah.
too good.
Yeah, yeah. Also, I think another thing too is that they were like, so people are having kids later, and so now they're bumping up against um that we don't have the technology. I guess there's like they just haven't put research, very much research into extending fertility because I guess IVF is like brutal and really expensive and
It's
whatever.
yeah, it's expensive.
And but there's like all kinds of possibilities of like um of because I guess it's because eggs deteriorate, but they could use like stem cells to create more. There's a bunch of stuff they can do, but then like there's controversy around stem cell. There's like so there's all this stuff they bump up against, and because it's women's health, and then people don't want to put money into that, so that's like getting in the way of people being able to have kids because it just seems like it's not that people don't want to have kids, they just want to have them later, but then you bump up against
Yeah.
like fertility stuff. But in my head I'm like, well, fine, invest in that, but also we have a perfectly good model that people have been doing forever, which is just that you have kids when you're 20 and then your fucking parents raise them for you. Tons of people have been raised by their grandparents.
Yeah.
Like you have kids when your body's good to have kids, and then your responsible parents who have money and they have fucking whatever, they take care of your kids. You go be 20.
The thing is
Like
like,
tons of people have been raised that way. That's not a bad model.
but the thing is like, the amount of dads and parents that have money
Yeah.
got so much less.
Yeah, that's true.
It's like,
Yeah.
oh, I'm gonna get like leave my kids with my mom that needs money.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. The
For
moms are just as
groceries.
bad
Yeah.
of a spot as you're
Yeah,
in.
because before it was like, no, you're living with your grandmother, and the grandmother have like a big house
Yeah, yeah,
and a spare room.
yeah.
Now it's like you're living with your grandmother, and it's like you're living in the closet.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
How do they call you, Harry Potter? Because you're gonna live under the stairs. So it's like, okay.
Yeah.
I believe yeah, it's going down like the. But what you said, I'm going again with this because how many things like was like fractions or doing mathematical, paying something. It was like, oh, this is something just an adult can do. Like
Yeah.
now it's like I've seen kids that go to the place I work. Like they're like 5, and they have credit cards
What?
and they pay their shit and they leave. And sometimes with their phone they just like pay
That's
shit and they leave.
insane.
Me, 5 year old, I don't have money.
Yeah, yeah,
I need someone else to pay. Like there's
yeah,
no way I don't have anything unless
yeah,
like my mom gave me like $10 to go to
yeah,
buy something. If they didn't give me money, I need someone else.
yeah, yeah,
So maybe that's why we saw adults like even if they're like 20 and maybe they were like also figuring out life. It's like no, he's the provider. He's the person that can buy stuff.
yeah,
He's the person that can find directions. Like I I I believe there were like so many more things out of our reach to do, and that's why we're like, yeah, they look more adult.
yeah,
But right now, like a kid can have a credit card, a
yeah,
kid can have a cell phone, a
yeah.
kid can find directions. Like they don't need adults. If we like
Oh,
take
that's so interesting.
yeah,
Yeah,
if we take all the parents today for a day out of the life of kids, they'll be fine.
yeah,
Even for a week, they'll call Uber Eats. Like we don't know how to cook Uber Eats.
yeah, yeah,
Like if my parents were at home and I was 7, I was like, I'm dying.
yeah, 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 yeah,
This is it for me. Like,
yeah,
I guess I'll eat cereal until it runs out, and then I'm done.
yeah, yeah, yeah. That's it's also interesting too, because like it seems like they've gotten more independent and less independent at the same time. Like,
Okay.
they've gotten way more independent because of all the things you've described. Like, way more access to knowledge, like way more access to technology, and they know how to use it. They know how to do all that stuff. But then there's also like the less independent because of the uh, like like I was reading about like a lady got in trouble for like leaving her kid in the car. I got left in the car all the time. I was like a latchkey kid. You just
Not even with the window though. They're like,
yeah.
be hot.
Yeah.
It's for a moment.
Yeah, it's fine. You'll be okay. I'm gonna go in the guy. You'll be okay.
And you didn't have iPad or anything. They just leave you there.
Yeah, they just leave you. There's no phone. There's no like. You're just fucking. I hope none of that. Like, but it was just everybody did that. So we used to be more independent in that kind of way of like, oh, just leave, just go play, just go
Yeah.
whatever. But then way less. We had way less access to information and like technology and money, like that type of stuff.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if it's the world becoming also more dangerous because Epstein files.
Mhm.
Because
There's always been pedophiles.
yeah, but when I was a kid, it was way more often like I was like leave by myself in the line on the grocery store.
Oh yeah, yeah,
My mom that was a terrifying moment. They were like, "I'll be back," and they just left, and the line kept moving, and you're like, "Fuck, I don't have money." But that happened. Now, if a mom does that they leave their kid in the line and they just leave.
yeah,
When she comes back, there's gonna be 3 police officers being like,
yeah,
"You're a super bad mom. Like,
yeah,
what the fuck?" Like someone could have kidnapped this kid, and like before was normal. They just leave you
yeah,
around. What you said, like go play outside,
yeah, yeah.
and it's like, "Where's your kid?" Like, I don't fucking know, but I told him to come back by 4. Like,
I think there's like one thing is like this the crime got really sensationalized.
yeah,
Like so there's that part. And then the other part too is that I think there's more of a culture of like minding your own business now of like people being like, no, this is my kid, like my kid is on their special is on their thing. Like if it feels like we're way more like individualistic in that sense of like we're all on our little so like you don't interfere with somebody
yeah,
else's stuff. Whereas it used to be less that. It used to be that like it feels like that. It feels like it was more because I remember being a kid and strangers talking. Like if a stranger came up and was like, "Let's go," somebody in line would be like, "No." Like everybody, I think the
yeah. Someone
mom
will
leaves,
step.
and then everybody else in line is like, "Oh, we're kind of responsible for this kid a little bit."
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
it's just implied.
Now it's like you're getting kidnapped.
Yeah, yeah. Well, it feels because it's like,
And
oh,
they're
that's
like, get
not
off the
my
line so we
thing.
can buy our stuff.
Yeah, like well, it just feels like people are way more in their own.
Yeah, like, and even like with going outside, I remember like the common sense is like moms being like, oh, like they called my mom, being like, hey, your kid is playing with this and this, just letting you know.
Yeah, yeah,
Now it's like, your kid is outside, like that's on you, like that.
yeah, yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
I believe like some of that happened, and also the like if one kid disappears, you will fucking know, and everybody will know, and everybody will have the video. So it creates that paranoia of like that might happen to my kid.
yeah, yeah.
Because also the videos is like this dad with the kid and the stroller, and the dad is like, "Fuck!" It's like 1 second, the kid is
Oh
gone.
my god, yeah.
So it's like if you see that on video, then
Yeah, that's in your
next
head
day in the
forever.
park you're gonna see all dads having the kid like.
Yeah.
So and everybody's like a little suspicious of everybody. Everybody, no one wants to help anybody.
Yeah.
Like I have always say, like the way police works is the best to make people don't want to help. Because
That was interesting.
yeah, because if something happens like here outside, like let's say someone rough a car and we see it, and we call the police, we will have to go testify, go to court. If they grab the guy, we gotta testify against the guy.
Yeah.
If what if the guy is in a gang and we have to testify and they're like he's like in jail being like,
Yeah. Yeah.
and we're like, what if I just didn't call?
Yeah.
That will solve my life.
Yeah.
But no, I decided to call. I called 3 days out of work just to be in court because I'm obliged to be in court. Probably they're gonna fire me because like what the fuck, like you missing 3 days. Like it's a lot of stuff, bad stuff happening for me being like I'm gonna be a good citizen.
Yeah.
So I guess the same happens on the kids. Like if you see a kid outside and you're like, oh fuck, like it's getting late. I don't want this kid to be outside. I'll bring you into my house and figure it out.
Yeah,
His
yeah.
parents. You do that, you get in so much trouble.
Yeah.
Like you kidnap the kid. What the fuck? This is my kid. Don't touch it. Blah blah blah. You're like
I
there's so much more stuff. Before it was like, oh, thank you for taking care. Like I didn't have time to pick it up. Like
yeah.
now it's like a problem.
I remember when I was a kid I got rides home from teachers all the time. I also grew up in a small town, but I get rides home from I got rides home from male teachers. It wasn't a thing at all. It was just normal. One of them did get caught with child porn, so bad stuff still happened.
Yeah.
But he never did anything to me. Uh,
Why not?
I had
I was not pretty enough.
two different teachers got in trouble, and I had a big crush on one of them. That
Mr.
kid-
Robinson.
that kid- his name
Shout
was
out to
His name was Mr. Love. That was his name.
Mr. Love. That's how he started his classes.
Yeah, he was really into the Beats. He really liked Kerouac and Ginsberg and those guys, and he had like kind of long hair and he'd
It's,
do this
it's
all the
always
time.
those guys.
Yeah, and
If
he'd
you like K-Rock like that.
yeah, he'd sit on he was one of the he'd sit on the chair like backwards or like kind of he'd sit on his desk all cool and stuff, and yeah, he got
And you're like, I love it.
and he loved Sarah apparently. So he went to jail.
Fuck you, Sarah. we just go to a victim. Like, "Yeah, I love that guy. I love Mrs. Love.
But oh yeah, I got
But it was
yeah.
not a thing. It was
But yeah, it just wasn't a thing. Or like I remember my dad's friends. I remember one time driving home from the grocery store. It was my dad's friend saw me and was like, "Oh, you're Kip's kid. Let me drive you home." And it just wasn't
yeah,
a
a big
thing.
thing.
Yeah.
Like, I remember once I went to. This was the first time I went to the bakery to buy something. The first time my mother trusts me. Okay, you can go by yourself. I don't know how the fuck. I went with money in my pockets. Maybe I was too happy and jumping like
Oh, did you get robbed?
Johnny. The fucking money like was not in there when I grabbed everything on the bakery. I was in line and I was like put my hands in my pocket, no money,
No.
and I was like 5. And I was like getting in the line, and I just started crying because I was like, I already asked for the bread, and I don't have it, and I don't have the money. And one guy behind me just was like, it was not expensive, so it was like just bread, and it was the 90s. And he was like, "Oh, I pay for it.
Yeah.
Like, it's okay, kids. You don't have to
Yeah.
cry." And I went back, walking home crying. I thanked the guy. The guy like walked me out of the bakery, and it was not a like he's gonna rape me. You know, it was like
Yeah,
just like,
yeah.
oh, what? This guy helped me. I can go home.
Yeah.
Lie to my mom because like I don't want her to know that I just lost the money that she gave
Yeah,
me.
yeah.
And everything will be fine. But it was not a, like no, don't touch me, stranger. Like
Yeah.
stranger danger. It was like I don't know. People were like more nice.
I feel like there's been like an overcorrection. I understand the correction. I wanted to do a bit about this, but I never did it. About this is like back in the day when everybody was like talking. Every joke was about how much boomers suck. People still do it, and they're like, these blah blah blah, and I'm like, yeah, they all got molested, like every single one of them. Because like
All
when,
the boomers.
yeah, when my dad was a kid, it was like there were pedophiles around, but it wasn't something you talked about. It was like you didn't talk about abuse. You didn't talk about sexual abuse. So all the moms got hit, all the kids got molested. Nobody talked about it, but they were also just free to go fucking on adventures and do stuff. And then I feel like at some point there was like some, so I think it's good it got corrected, but I feel like now it's been overcorrected.
And they're like, give me a little bit more of of
A
physical
little.
abuse.
Well, I think there's some balance. There is like, because you have to have social freedoms and you have to like have trust and community trust. But yeah, I'm like, I want to do it because everybody's like, oh, all these boomer men, and I'm like, yeah, all of their buttholes got fingered when they were kids, all of them. Like it just,
Yeah, if not, they got spanked for sure.
yeah, like so they've been shoving it down for 60 years. Like just give them a little, just know,
Yeah, but they're not vulnerable. It's like they were, and things were not good.
yeah,
They're like, Dad, I feel bad about this. Come here.
yeah, yeah.
Okay, I never express my feelings again.
Yeah. That is a traumatized group of people.
Okay, well, with that, with the boomers being like those poor people that got molested, we're gonna end the episode. This was really amazing, and that's it. Adios.